Hello, good morning. Everybody's good and fine? Yes. I brought lots of goodies even this morning. So really it is a very special moment for me. I've never been to Manipur. I've never been to any other place like Zeme area. And this is the first time that I'm coming, and especially the people of Zeme is very special in my heart from now on. And we are going to develop a friendship till the end of our um, till the end of our life. This is a lifetime friendship that we are making. And I'm really proud of our elderly people, like our leaders, our executive secretary, uh, Dr. and also the Armstrong. Though he is not here with us today, his feelings and his love presence with us, and even last night also it was shown in the video. So it's very impressive, and especially the children are so lucky that you are blessed with lots of good leadership. And so you pray for our leaders, okay? You pray for our leaders so that they will also bring you up in the manner of godly behavior, and also they will be the role model. They are the role model today, and you are going to follow, and you are going to equip by their knowledge, by their exhortation, and today what they are uh, organizing this kind of festival for the spiritual needs also is very impacting in your life, and therefore you should have to follow and pray for our leaders. Yesterday we have talked about building future today, and this morning, modeling godly behavior is the topic that has been given to me, and I will be using only the cordless mic if you want. Yes, because I'll be roaming here and there. So I would like to start with the Romans chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "Mold me, shape me until I think like you, until I am becoming you, like you." Okay? That is in the Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And also in Jeremiah 18, verses 1 to 6, it talks about molding us into the masterpiece. Molding us. Now, Jeremiah was praying to God that mold us. And you are the masterpiece. We are the clay, I am the clay, and you are the potter. That is mentioned clearly in the book of Jeremiah. And he is also a prophet. He was a leader, and he asked God's permission to control his life behavior and also the godliness, okay? The godliness, so that it will break and it will mold and it will shape by God. So until and unless we submit our life to God, we cannot be a better person. We cannot be a born again person. And that is what the future, the modeling of godly behavior starts from the very early age. You know, in Isaiah 64 verse 8, Isaiah 64 verse 8 says, "But now, O Lord, you are our Father, we are the clay and you are the molder, and we are the work of your hands. We are not made by any other creature, or maybe by the other deities, or by any other form of evolution. Like the world exists in science. Madam knows better. I think she comes from the science background. So, like the science says that origin of the world, or maybe the earth, comes from no, from different level of the thing, that which I cannot express. But in Genesis chapter, it says that we are created by the hands of God. And also, we are created in the image of God. Right or wrong? We are created in the image of God. Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 and 27. You just go and read them. It is clearly mentioned that we are a created being, and that is also made by God, and also by his hand. The stars, the seas, the fish, the animals, the trees, all these are made by his word. It was not mentioned that it was made by his hand, but it was exists by his word only. But when it comes to human being, Adam and Eve, the first human being that God made in his own image is Adam and Eve, right? So it was, both of them were made in the form of God. Lesser than God, okay? A little lesser than God. Proverbs chapter, in the Proverbs says, a man without self-control is like a city broken into the left without wall. Self-control. You know, to become a godly behavior, we need to have a character self-control. Even if we want to go, we should stop. We should be self-controlled that if I go there, my influence will be bad. My influence will be, no, looking back at your society, or maybe the community. You will look down at you. No? Sometimes you feel in that way, right? So self-control gives us lots of opportunity to promote in every level, whether it's in your study, whether it's in your talent, whether it is in your spiritual. Self-control elevates the godly behavior in one's life. That is also, please keep it in your mind. Children who are gracious in conduct, okay, should be celebrated and also should be rewarded. I must say, those who are obedient, those who are good in conduct, they're living the lifestyle. If they change from bad to good, or maybe from worse to better, they should have to be celebrated in every institution and every society, and even in the church. We must promote such kind of good conduct. Awards should have to be given. You know, we were young, when we were young, in school we used to give a special prize that is best conduct. Okay, whether in our current in the academic level, whether they are giving or not, I don't know. But the best conduct has been given prizes and awarded. And that's how, in a small way also, we should have to give, like if they behave in a better way, or maybe in a very calm way, we should have to be awarded. So behavior means the conduct of act or oneself, especially towards others, or himself or herself, okay? You know, when we are thinking about today's world, we have a full of potentials, and today our activities and all the digital world is upgrading, and because of all this reason, children could speak fluent in English, no? Fluent in Hindi, or maybe even in study also they are helping by the, especially AI. Today, our world is leading by AI, artificial intelligence, right? It's good, but sometimes it is very dangerous. And you know, when we come across the study of infographic generation, not generation years, it is clearly said that one of the greatest generation was 1901 to 1927 was the greatest generation of the history. And why it was greatest generation? Because they had a life of patriotic enthusiasm. Because they want to win all the uh, neighboring state or maybe the enemies, those who are around, they should have to win it and they should have to be grounded. You know, when we talk about the Naga society, we are headhunters. You know, we were headhunters. Our forefathers were headhunters, and they used to cut the head of the enemy, or maybe the other village, those who are passing through without permission, they will be cut off the head and they will keep in the morong. And they will be promoted as a warrior. And they have given the name, the title, warrior, right? And that's how the patriotism was ferocious. And they had a very strong head that they should have to win the other party. That was their zeal. And I'm not saying that is bad or that is also good, but the history itself, it says that they are one of the greatest generation. And you know, one job, they were not engaged in different job, but they had one job and also one marriage. You know, these days, divorcing is very, very a kind of fashion. Our younger people, our younger generation, they used to get married in one-sided. They fall in love in one-sided. And they will get married, and after a few months or few days, they will just file for the divorce. It's a trend now, right? Our generation is into the process of division because of this divorcing. And this generation, the greatest generation, they had married only one time and also one job, and they had a very intelligent mind and also the motives. You know, we are talking about the modeling. A model person is very admirable, and also he or she is one of the most admirable person among the society. Jesus is also one of the admirable in the Christian life, because the whole Bible is consists of the story and also the spiritual connection of Jesus Christ. Without Jesus, without his modeling behavior, without his modeling spiritual life, we cannot enter into the kingdom of God. And therefore, like the motives to live, how to live in the society, how to act in the society, how to represent in a very well equipped manner. No? That was practiced, and also they were family oriented. They were very much family oriented, okay? And the second comes like silent generation. And that falls on 1928 to 1945. It was a silent generation, and they were so dependable, okay? And they were also loyal. They were loyal to the spouse, to the siblings, to the teachers, and also to the leaders. And they were also motivated and respected people. And you know, the always wanting to write in the paper, and the records, the highly recorded is in this era. Okay, the highly book reading the books was written in this generation. And the third one is baby bomber, and the baby bomber is 1946 to 1964. So they are very much dutiful. They never fail to go to office. They never fail to go to the field. Or maybe they are not idly away their time, but they are dutiful. They are very veteran in their work, and also they got retired at the age of 70. 70 years, it's very good years of age, you know. Many of our fathers are, parents are in the down there, 70 years are there, and you know, at that time, 70 years was the only year of pension, you know. And also, they were the happiest generation, one of the happiest generation in the history is written. And the number 4 is Generation X. That is my Generation X, that is my years, you know. 1965 to 1980s. So I was born in 1979, and that's how it comes under Generation X. So like the economic uncertainty, technology advancement, and also HIV/AIDS, and all these were sprung up, and also they were motivated, and also they were diversity of language, dress, tradition. It was cultivated, okay, by this generation. So this generation is called coolest, the coolest generation, you know, the coolest generation. Many of us here, 1964 to 1970, 1980. People are here. So 55% of these people are the CEO of the different companies. So, you know, we are one of the greatest generation. And now I would like to tell you, there are many generations gaps are there. And now I want to tell you that you are the generation Alpha, okay? Those who are sitting here, I'm just telling you that you must know that you are the generation of Alpha, 2010 to 2024. Okay? So it's more digitally intuitive than previous generation. So you all are educated, you all are literate in the digital world. So much more comfortable, you can say, but also it is also one of the dangerous generation of this living world. And therefore, our behavior will be diverted to the digital world, the reels, TikTok world. You know, you are growing with the TikTok world and also the reels, which is not real, but it's real, artificial, no? So, and sometimes you believe, what? people used to upload in the social media. Sometimes you believe and you go for different kinds of products, makeup, huh? All these makeups you will be using, all the dresses you want to buy, and all the walking style, this walking style, all this will come by it will be impacted by the reels. And that's how today you are not excluded. No, you are not excluded in in the um, in the era of transgender. Identity crisis is there. Yes or no? Whether this is a boy or girl, we never know. Just recently from Switzerland, one couple came to visit Hornbill Festival in Nagaland. So it happened to came to our village. So I'm nearby. Our mission compound is just nearby to our village. So what we have discussed and what we have uh, identified, what they wear and what they eat, that is not the compromise. But to look at, two boys were there, but I thought they are girls. The acting and the dressing, everything is just like a girl. You know, today our boys and girls, the identity crisis is very much prevalent, and therefore I'd like to tell you that God gave us the instinct, the behavior of a boy is totally different from the girls, and the way that the girls wearing is also totally different from the boys. God has not made a dual gender, you know, but God has made us a boy and a girl. From the Garden of Eden itself, that Adam is a male and also Eve is a female. And therefore, we should not mix up that the transgender, gay marriage, lesbianism, all these are evil design. And you should not be follow of today's trend. You are following me or not? Are you following me?
Yes.
Now, I would like to bring a story about the Jusia or Yeshuyuha. Yeshuyuha is in the name in the Hebrew word, and also Joshua is name in the English Bible. So it's written. The story is the description of this story is in the Second Chronicles chapter 34, verse 1 to 33, and first Second Kings chapter 2, verse 4. It is written that Joshua, the 16th king of Judah, came into being, and he was a religious transformer. Right? He became a revolutionist, and he was not become the king when he was young, or maybe when he was 20 years old or 40 years old, but when he was very little, 8 years old. Okay, how many of you are here 8 years old? Show me your hand. 8 years old. Anybody? Huh? Okay, 8 years old. I want to see your hand. Okay, good. Hands up. Many of you are 8 years old. Okay, so Joshua, the king of Judah, he became the king at the age of 8. Okay, 8 years of age, and therefore his life and also his the
lineage was also came from the ruling background. His father name was Ammon, great grandfather was Manasseh, and also great grandfather was Hezekiah. Okay, all these kings are mentioned in the Bible. I'm not going to discuss everything about their leadership, but I just want to bring out the story of Joshua. Okay, Josiah, and his mother's name is uh, Jadida. Okay, and it's mentioned in 2000 Second Kings chapter 24 verse 22 verse 1. Josiah became the king at the age of 8, and during the time of his reign, 18 years when he was in the kingship, the idols that was constructed by the forefathers, that by his forefathers, Ezekiel, Manasseh, the altars, and where the worship is taking place in the high place, he used to give big bowls, big stages, and they used to worship there. So all the images and all the idols were destroyed from Jerusalem to Judah. Okay, so it's a very long and it's a very big country to rule over, but decision and he had a big he had a big decision to move on to construct and also to develop the kingdom of Judah. And therefore, he rebuilt the temple of Lord. In the latter part of his kingdom, the leadership, he built the temple of the Lord. He ordered the high priests, okay, he ordered the high priest Helga to use the money which has been collected over the years to renovate the temple. You know, he ordered Helga. He, Helga is one of the highest ranked
Hello, hello.
leader under the leadership of Josiah, and he collected lots of money over the years. Okay, so that money was used put to rebuild the
Hello,
temple of God,
hello,
and that's
hello,
how he
hello.
was married because their forefather and also his forefather was one of the rulers and a brutal king, and he could not able to uh, lose all the uh, name of, from the kingdom. And therefore, he just think it over. He prayed to God. He made a commitment in his heart that I need to change my behavior, not as my forefather, not as my father, and not as my any other person, those who rule in Judah, but I must change my behavior. I must self-control of my attitude, my living life, and also the images that has been erected by the forefathers should have to be destroyed. That was his decision, you know. It was a big decision. It's a bold decision that he made, and by the help of priest Helga, it was the money was collected and the renovation was there. The renovation was started. So Grace Helga discovered the scroll, the book of law. The book of law was discovered by Grace Helga while they were um, I mean while they were cleaning the older part of the uh, Jerusalem city. Okay, and therefore it was the book of the law was given to Moses, which was given to Moses by the Lord, and it was rediscovered, and it was mentioned in the Bible that Prince Helga, through the help of Prince Helga, it was discovered, and during the time of Josiah, the name of the Lord was exalted, and the behavior, the ungodly behavior, that was done by the nation, by the community, by uh, the children, by the youth, by the elderly people. They have changed completely in his rule, under his rule, okay? And also, he consulted the prophetess Huldah. Huldah is a lady, and she is a prophetess. Mamuli Nohoy. She's not not a mamuli. She's not a mere prophetess, but she was one of the leading prophetess in the Old Testament. You know, ladies at that time, women were not counted in the male dominion kingdom. But the prophetess who was sacrificial in her spiritual life, and she used to give lots of prophecy to the people of Judah. And that's how Josiah, he went to Huldah and consulted about the book of the law. And the prophetess Huldah, she revealed that the law has to be abolished by by Josiah. Okay, it was it was the time of tribulation. It was a time of praising God, and also it was a time of humbleness, especially inviting God into their kingdom. Because Josiah, if Josiah was not a king, he could do nothing. As a mere follower or maybe a mere Judah, he could not do anything. But because of his kingly uh, lineage and also discovering the law of book was also discovered, and that's how it was consulted and it was abolished. And the temple of tabernacle was also constructed. The second part, which we are going to learn from Josiah, is kingly rule. Okay, his kingly rule is very different from the other. The emblems, the emblems, in a sense, the flags, the symbols, and the sanctuaries were destroyed. Okay, the symbol, the emblems, and all the high in the high ground, they used to build lots of uh, limestone idols were there. It was constructed and it was destroyed by him. And also the Baccan means the unbelievers. Okay, the unbelievers' priests were executed. You know, what a boldization God has given to him. You know, thinking of his forefather and great grandfathers, they met lots of horrible things. Lots of idol worship were constructed. But this king, Josiah, he was a very small boy, but he knows what is going to do and what the Lord has given to him, the knowledge, the wisdom, and also the wealth. Everything was used and utilized in a very different way. And that's how the pagans, those who are not worshiping Yahweh, those priests were executed, and it was their bones was also be burned out. And that is one of the leading kingly role that he made. He was the third point is he was a visionary leader, without a vision, without a target, without a you know, without any kind of ambition, we cannot reach our destination. And King Josiah, he was, when it is read like First King chapter 13, verse 1 to 3, a name of God. It is mentioned, a name of God prophesied, a son named Josiah will be born into the house of David. and that he would destroy the altar of battle. Huh? Altar of battle. Yesterday I told you that battle is the name of the name of what? What I have told you yesterday. House of God. Okay, he was the best king of Israel. He was named that the best king of Israel in Judah and also in Judah. So he was a visionary leader, and also he was prophesied earlier by the name of God. It was prophesied that the name Josiah will be born in the house of Judah, in the house of David. So he is a lineage of David, okay, King David. As I have read in the first part, like Romans chapter 12, verse 2, it says that do not conform of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by this thing you may discern what is the will of God. You know, as I mentioned earlier, TikTok world, Reels world, you are growing in that atmosphere. But I just want to tell you that do not conform of this world. People will go. People will upload lots of unnecessary things. And if you wasted all the time in all this uh, social gadget, or maybe like uh, camming, Twitters, what we call Instagram, if you are very much give your attention in all these gadgets, I think you will never become a better person. That's what I want to say. I'm not discouraging you, but there is a limitation in everything, and that's how godly behavior should have to be inducted in the school. Moral support should have to be there by the parents, and also in Sunday school, in the children ministry. Godly behavior should have to be taught thoroughly, not only once, but every Sunday, every Sunday school. We should have to give them the spiritual needs that they have, and also what is existing, what is going on in this world. You should have to give them knowledge so that they will not go astray. They will not fall into temptation. Even if they fall, they will get up and they will again go along with you, no, with Jesus. And therefore, our parents also should have to be vigilant. Teachers should have to be very much well aware of what is going on in this world. And also some biblical teaching should have to be taught. And the number 4 is architect. He was an architect. The architectural work is not easy. During those times, it was not easy that the raw materials were there and everything was there, but see, after destroying all the images in all the sanctuaries, nothing left, nothing more. But he had a zeal to architect the temple of the Lord. Lord's covenant was abolished. Number 1. Lord's covenant. The covenant that was broken between human being and also the Israelite and God was restored. That was one of the spiritual architects that he had done. And also, he reignited the Passover celebration. If we give everything, our attitude, our personality, our potential, our knowledge to God, all our behavior will change to godliness. And that's how God, Josiah received all this blessing from God. And that's how he was a visionary, and now when it comes to the spiritual architect and also in the form of the kingly rule, he performed and a very different leadership, you know. He reformed all the people of Judah, reignite the Passover celebration, and also prophetess were allowed to teach in the public school, you know. That is what I love when it comes to the women, you know. I'm one of the women centric. I don't know, our women secretary, what you are telling about to the women, but when it comes to the women, again, I'm a little bit sensitive. I mean, the girls should have to be given like little models or maybe some of the good speeches should have to be given, especially at home or maybe in the other places also. But you know, in the time of Juicy also, the prophetess Huldah was promoted and also allowed to teach in the public school, and that is her religious residential school was established, and also doctrine were also practiced. Okay, oral doctrine was also practiced, and so the architect of King Joshua was one of the most important that we are going to learn in the Catholic behavior. You know, mission starts from home, and children are the gold mine of our godly generation. And therefore, we should cultivate the gold mine in our home, not from other states, not from the other country, but from our home, from our own land. We should have to generate the gold mine that is our children, you know. This is our gold mine. There is a story. A man goes to find a gold mine, okay, a place where to get the gold. But after so many years, 20 years, 30 years, he found nothing. So finally he came back with a much regret that I wasted all the time and all the years search in search of gold mine, but I found nothing. But one day, in his backyard, he just dug some of the uh, muds, to cultivate in the backyard, and he found a place where the gold mine is. And it was so surprising that, likewise, we are finding that in other places is the most uh, advanced country, or maybe we can find most educated people will find only in the other places. But no, we are in our home, in our place, in our land. We have gems, we have gold, we have silver. We should have to collect, we should have to find out. And that's how the children is talking about, you know. The similar thing is with the children. So it is one of the most important that I want to tell you. And at last, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train children in the right way. And when they grow old, they will not go or they will not go astray or maybe depart from it. And I just want to finish up by this Bible verse that our children have different potentials. They have talents of, they have lots of talents like singing, dancing. Last night, what they performed was amazing, you know. I'm so delighted and I'm so happy that more children all the children are having different talents, especially the girls. You know, wearing all this mekla and singing, dancing. It's very charming, you know. And boys, when you wear something like earrings and dancing with the rhythm of the song, of the music, you look so handsome. You all look so smart, you know. And when it comes to Bible reading, literature, and also choreography and sports, Bible story telling, and all these area, I know that you are the best. Not from the other side, not from the other area, that we don't need anyone to um, come and teach us, but among us, we should have to cultivate, we should have to promote each other. That's what I feel, and that's how the behavior and all this godliness, the Bible, the scripture is there with us, and therefore it interpret in our own dialect, in our own uh, presentation, our situation. Reinterpret yourself, and that's how children will know better and they will grow in the light of God. And that is my earnest prayer. And I wish that I could stay longer in this place, but after after the program is over, especially today, tomorrow early morning we'll be traveling back to Nagaland. So please pray for us, and always I will remember in my prayer also. Okay. So children, are you happy today?
Yes.
Did you understand what I told, the story of Josiah?
Yes.
Shall I ask you two questions?
Yes.
Yes or no? Shall I? Time is going, but I would like to ask you. Uh, he, Josiah did three important roles in his life. What are those? Number one, who can say? I narrated three roles about Josiah, King Josiah. The high sanctuary of idol worship places were destroyed. Pagan priests, pagan priests were executed. That's what I told you, right? So what comes?
Hello. So, who can say? Who can say? You know, I'm getting nervous when you look at me like this. Tell me, kingly role. Kingly, okay? His kingly role. He's a king. And the kingly role, he abolished all the high places, sanctuaries, altars were ordered to destroy. And the pagan priest and the servant of pagans, they were got down, they were destroyed. All right, nobody answered right? What is the second point? He was a what leader? I was told about the leadership. What kind of leadership he was? Yes, say louder. He was a visionary. That is the correct answer. Come on, give him a big clap. Give two chocolate, okay? Oh, where's our volunteer? Our volunteer. I thought I thought you were there. Please hand over this. And you hold this. Okay, what is your name? Smell. Oh, smile. Smile. Okay. Thank you. It's it's just like you. You smile, okay, all the time. And what is the last point that I told you? Very easy. Very easy. Yes. You give two, okay? Two chocolate. Yes. Two chocolates. The last point that I have told you just now. He was an.
Architect.
He was an architect. are sweet, very, very gentle school student. Okay, you give away the prize. Yeah. See, our teachers are smarter than the student, you know? So please sit vigilant. Otherwise, your godly behavior will go away. What I've told you. Okay? Please keep that in mind. When you grow older, when you grow up, behave. Be a role model. And also cultivate. Whatever the past your forefathers, your parents have done, just forget it because the bad things that will never come back. But if the good things that they have cultivated in you, cultivate that continually, and God will lift you up, and also He will use you in a mighty way. God will bless you. Thank you.